You guys, so my husband is gone, spending some time with his family in Iowa because his dad has had heart issues and he's finally feeling a little bit better, so he wanted to spend time with his boys. This is day 3 without him, but I've been like really short of breath where I have to like really take some time catching my breath. So I know in pregnancy you get short of breath, but this has been like abnormally short of breath. Like I can't work out because just walking from the sofa to the car to take my kids to school, I'm like huffing and puffing. So you guys know I have anxiety disorder, but my neighbor is a registered nurse and she said something about blood clots, and so it's got me in a little anxiety attack. So I'm here at the hospital and I'm just gonna get checked out really quick because I can't even work out. I've been wanting to work out so bad. I can't do anything. I could barely talk to people without losing my breath. So I turn 33 weeks tomorrow. I can't wait to meet my baby. Hey kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. It's Queen of Kings, well, the queen of the kings that are not around. Back with another video. If you're new here, go ahead and click subscribe for us to become a part of our cyber family. And if you're already a part of our cyber family, do not forget to hit like if you like the video. So I am officially 33 weeks pregnant and I decided to finally give you guys a pregnancy update. That's not something I do a lot, but I want to give you guys an update on where I am with this pregnancy and why I decided to have a home birth. At 32 weeks pregnant, you guys, girl is struggling, okay? She's really, she's ready to meet her baby and just hold him. And for some reason, I'm like craving sniffing his neck. People think that I'm so weird when I say I just want to sniff my baby's neck, but I just want to sniff his little neck so bad and see who it is inside of me and meet him. Like, I'm ready for that now. And I'm ready for my neck, my back, my crack. Everything is just hurting, okay? No, seriously. So I have low protein, which is the weirdest thing to me. I know y'all thinking like, sis, do you mean low iron? No, I literally have low protein and I've not ever dealt with that before. That's not ever been something that I've had. So it's very weird for me that I have low protein. So to fix that, I've been drinking 2, sometimes 3, but at least 2 high protein boost milkshakes per day. I've been trying to eat at least 2 eggs per day and obviously increase my meat intake because I need the strength to push this baby out of me. As I'm now 33 weeks, I've also been taking red leaf tea to prepare my uterus and strengthen my uterus for birth. So red leaf tea is supposed to help to strengthen your contractions and to make your uterus contract more during labor for a quicker labor. It's proven to help aid a quicker labor, but it's also proven to help hemorrhaging. So I've began taking that. I try to take 2 cups a day. I'm going to increase it to 3 cups per day next week because it can cause early labor, but I am already 33 weeks pregnant. Typically, I have my babies 37 weeks. I'm hoping that I have this baby boy 37 weeks because he's been giving me a run for my money and I just want to meet him. I've had all my babies. Okay, so I've had them 37 weeks the first, 36 weeks the second, and 38 weeks the third. So I'm hoping for 37 weeks for River. None of my babies have ever had to do the NICU or any time in the hospital, which is a blessing. I do have scoliosis, so My body naturally leans to this side. There's like that in the spine. So all right here has just been aching non-stop. And I am at the point in my pregnancy where I cannot stand up straight. I kind of walk like this. And like, so that has obviously been bothering my back as well. I'm the queen of TMI, right? So let's just get into it. Okay, we're adults here. As far as marital relations with my partner, that's been so frustrating because with me being so pregnant, my hormone levels are up there. So your girl is like a cat in heat, you know, all the time. But it's very uncomfortable because we can't find the right position, okay? Let's just... It ain't working. It ain't working, okay? So that is that. And like, I definitely feel like a fat, sloppy cow too. So it kind of just messes up the whole mental of everything. And yeah, I want my body back. I also purchased a pregnancy ball. So I've started bouncing. I don't know why I have to be so ratchet all the time. It's just within me. The ratchetness is just within me, okay? But honestly, I started bouncing on my pregnancy ball. That is supposed to help to get the baby in position for birth. I think that's it. I started red leaf tea. I increased my protein intake. And I started bouncing on my bouncy ball. And I've also started walking more. I try to walk 30 minutes per day. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of why I wanted to make this video. Why am I deciding to do a home birth? It is the biggest misconception that I am having my 4th baby, so I'm a pro and I know what I'm doing. Let me tell you, I have no clue what labor is. I have no clue what a woman birthing a baby really is or feels like in the slightest bit. The closest that I've got to having a clue of what birth feels like for a woman was with my last baby when I tried to do natural and I failed. Let's rewind here. My oldest son, I went into labor naturally. My water broke while I was sleeping at 37 weeks pregnant. I woke up, my grandma's like, I didn't feel anything. I didn't have any contractions or anything. I was getting ready to go to work and my grandma's like, hey, you're in labor. You have to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital and they're like, yeah, you're in labor. And you know, I was young. So just like before I started feeling anything, I wanted to have an epidural because I didn't want to feel anything. So I literally I'm sitting there with my legs up, can't feel my legs. People are holding my legs. And the doctor's like, okay, push when you have a contraction. And the doctor's sitting there looking at the screen to tell me when I'm contracting. And he tells me to push and I follow his orders. I felt nothing except out of breath pushing. I didn't feel a baby coming out of me. I have no idea what the contractions feel like. Nothing. Okay? So then comes the second baby, Raiden. He came at 36 weeks via induction. I actually don't know why and I still wonder. I just know I went to a doctor's appointment and then I was driving home and they called and was like, hey, you need to go to the hospital right now. We're going to induce you. I really don't know why, and it's probably important that I know why, but I don't know why still to this day. I get there and of course I'm 21 years old. So because I'm being induced, they tell me with induction, contractions are way more like intense. They're very serious. So we recommend you get an epidural. Would you like it? I said yes. And I got an epidural. Again, I didn't feel anything. I didn't know when to push. I'm taking their orders. Couldn't move my legs. I do not know what labor or birth for a woman is. Fast forward to Ray Scott. I'm a bit more of a woman with my husband. I'm 26 years old now. And now I want to know what that feels like. I want to be a woman, you know. And sometimes I feel very weak. This is because I have a low pain tolerance. I have a very low pain tolerance. I have anxiety disorder. So my fear gets the best of me so much. So I wanted to have a natural birth to prove to myself that I can do this, to prove to myself that I am stronger than I think, and to prove to myself that, like, I figured in birth, during birth, my mental will keep me through. When I wanted to give up, my mental will say, no, we're not giving up. You know, we got this, we're almost there. And mind over matter, and learning how to use that and apply it in life, I felt like giving birth to my son would be a great step towards that. When I went to give birth to him, I was induced at 38 weeks for the fear of him being too large, because my husband is 6'5" and 320 pounds. And it is said that Caucasian babies come out larger on average. So I was really scared. I'm like, I'm 5'2", 110. He's 6'5", 320. Like, no, get this baby out of me. Lo and behold, he was absolutely my largest baby. My first baby was 5 pounds and 12 ounces. My second baby was 6 pounds, 0 ounces. And then Ray Scott was, by my husband, he was 7 pounds and 7 ounces. So he definitely was my largest baby. What happened with that birth? It was in a hospital. My husband didn't really watch enough videos, and he didn't really know what he was doing. The nurses, I was laying on my back. I actually have it posted on this YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description below if you guys want to go back and watch how that birth went. I'm trying to push through the contractions. I'm trying to breathe through it. I promise to God, you guys, that was the first time that I ever felt what a contraction felt like. That was the first time I had a clue of what a contraction felt like. And it was intense. It was nothing that I was prepared for at all whatsoever. But I watched on YouTube, I watched birthing blogs, and I knew that I needed to move my body in different positions and turn around to help aid myself. So I'm in the hospital laying down on my back with my legs up, and I'm trying to get up. I know for a fact I was in transition already at this point, because the contractions were coming so back to back. I really could have done this if only I had the support and someone to advocate for me. And I wish that person was my husband. I do not blame him, because it was his first time ever being in a birth, and he didn't know what he was doing, and I didn't make sure he had the proper education before going into it either. So he's just doing, you know, what the professionals are doing. He's just listening to the professionals. So I'm trying to get up, and you can't really talk through a contraction, and they're coming so fast that I can't even let the words out that I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to get up, and the nurse is pushing me on my back. She said, no, honey, you need to lay down. You need to lay down. And then I'm still trying to get up, and my husband's like, babe, you got to lay down. You got to lay down, because he's listening to the nurse, right? So finally, I just couldn't even talk. I'm just like, just give me I felt defeated. I'm like, just give me the epidural. So I get the epidural. I guess she put it up too high, so I literally could not feel my face. I know from my last 2 epidurals, it's only supposed to be from here and down, not even your chest, just from here and down. She put it up too high, so I could not feel my face, and I told her, hey, I cannot feel my face. She's like, yes, you can. I'm like, no, I cannot feel my face. So I told my husband, babe, pinch my face. And he pinched my face, and I literally could not feel the pinch. So I told her, hey, you need to turn this off. Like, she's like, I can turn it down and put a lesser amount in your body at a time. I said, no, turn it off. The second she turned it off, I was like, it's time to push. And they're telling me, no, it's not time to push. I'm telling them, it literally, I know, I feel it's time to push. So then they come, and then a bunch of nurses start scattering around, because they're like, oh, it actually is time to push. And I start pushing my baby out. It's weird, because it's like, I could feel it a little bit still, but I know it was not as intense as, like, I felt pressure. That was the first time that I felt pressure. With my other 2, I did not feel anything. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. But with this one, because they just turned the epidural off, I definitely felt pressure, but I know that I was still numb at the same time. So it was intense. I didn't even know the baby was out of me. So that's why I know this epidural was still working, because I'm like, is he out? Is he out? What is it? They're like, yeah, you know, he's out. And they didn't want to tell me the cord was wrapped around his neck 2 times. And it was kind of crazy. Nothing about that birth resonated with me. I didn't like that my husband couldn't fully be there. I didn't like that my husband didn't know how to be there. And he tried to be there the best that he could. He genuinely did. But as a woman, it's so important to have that person to advocate for you and to like know what they're doing a little bit. My poor husband, check out the link in the description below, you guys. He tried to the best of his ability. Like I said, it was his first time ever witnessing or experience a birth, so he did great. But I hated that I don't feel like I was listened to. Don't feel like I was heard. I only had my husband, so I didn't, you know, it just wasn't, they didn't listen to me when I said it was time to push. And just knowing that I was so close, I could have did it if only I had a person to like be like support me. And my husband was majorly supporting for a drug-free birth. He really was, and he really wanted that bad. But like more than anything, my husband really wants a home birth and this experience intimately between him and I. And I want to do that for him, but I want to do that for me as well. You guys, when I tell you I am so afraid, I'm afraid because I have anxiety disorder. But I'm afraid of so much in life. There's so much in life that like my anxiety disorder literally just stops me from doing. It's been traveling for the longest. So if you guys have been following me for a minute now, last year in December, I made a vision board, which I'll be doing this year. I do every year. And on my vision board, it said to let go of fear. And that is my biggest thing that I want to do this year is let go, release fear, because you cannot have fear and faith at the same time. It's impossible. I want to release fear. And if I have this birth, my husband and I, we're certain that this is our last baby. We don't want any more children at all whatsoever. If I can finish this year by birthing, releasing fear, and birthing my baby in the comfort of my home, I will feel so accomplished. I don't know. That will be the biggest, to go through endure that pain and know what it feels like to be a woman. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I am very spoiled, I am very pampered. Whenever I'm like this much uncomfortable in life, I'm like, no, fix it, and I start to like panic. I wanna know what it feels like to be uncomfortable and work through that uncomfortableness and work through that pain the same way that I had to before in life when, you know, I went through crazy situations, but this is just on a whole nother level. So this is an experience for me that's so far beyond like just wanting to do it. This is so important to me, you guys, and I just so badly don't want to fail. I've been so trying to prepare myself mentally, so get ready for a lot more content regarding pregnancy and how I'm working up and preparing myself for this home birth. But I don't want to fail my husband. I don't want to fail myself. I don't want to let anxiety win again. I know my body was made and built to do this, and so many women have done this. I know I have a doula, a professional doula, to help me and help my husband to work through when we're not knowing what we're doing. I know that I have a professional midwife, and I know my body is capable, and I know that whatever God wants to be will be. I know that for sure. So to end this year, I really just want to do this for me. I want to tell myself that you are strong. I want to not let anxiety win like it's won so many times in my life. There was a point where I made my husband and I, in our second year dating, I made us tickets to Costa Rica. And then I didn't go to Costa Rica with him because I was just so afraid to fly. We literally had the whole planned trip booked. My husband ended up going and experiencing Costa Rica for the first time without me, and still to this day that bothers me so bad, because I was supposed to experience that with him, but I let anxiety win. So this year, you guys, I'm so proud of myself. I cannot believe I panicked like crazy each and every time, but I've gone to Hawaii, I've gone to Puerto Rico, I've gone to LA. So I've gotten on the plane like more than, and I did that because of what I promised myself on my vision board. So to just end the year with this, you guys, will be a huge big bang for me, and it will let me know, like, girl, you are woman. You are woman, Rose, okay? And so that is why I decided to have a home birth, you guys. And I'm so happy to have your support throughout the way. And I can't wait to share my beautiful birth with you guys, with my husband right by my side, doing all the things that the doula has taught him to do, and my amazing doula and my midwife team and my serene, peaceful environment without anyone pushing me on my back and telling me my body is telling me it's time to push, and a random person telling me it's not. Like, you know. So, and the epidural thing scared me enough, literally, to not want to get an epidural again, because that was so like abnormal and not supposed to happen. But I hope you guys follow me along this journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave your comments, leave your motivation, your inspiration. If you've had a baby before, please, you know, naturally let me know your experience and if you would do it again. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.